Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and a very warm welcome to Pointless the Quiz, where the lowest scorers are the biggest winners. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi there, I'm Si, and this is my wife, Ali, and we're from Dorset.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm Ben. This is my wonderful wife, Kirsty, and we're from Kings Lynn.
Couple number three.
Hello, I'm Matthew. This is my cousin Mason, and we are from Somerset.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Martin. This is my wife, Mary, and we're from Micklefield in West Yorkshire.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. A very, very warm welcome to Pointless. It's terrific to have you all here. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. He's got to be the perfect co-host because he's the one and only. Yes, I sometimes write these myself. It's my Pointless friend. It's Gok Wan!
Hello. Sander.
Yes.
Now, my name is Gok Wan.
Yes.
Can you imagine how many things that I've been called over my life?
Yes.
So we're going to play a little game between us now, very quickly.
Here's fun.
And you have to put my name in. You have to replace words with my name. I'll give you one to begin, shall I?
OK, go on.
Gok and roll.
Oh, I see, exactly. Yes.
So many. Look at Mary, loves this game.
Yeah.
Shall I tell you my favourite that I was ever called, which was, used to be called guacamole.
See, that's good.
Which I quite like that
Oh, no,
one.
we like that.
Yeah, I like that one. Right.
Yes.
So over the course of the game, you can think of them. And if you ever want to throw them out to me, then just give them to me, all right?
I will.
I've heard them all.
If I come up with one that you've never heard before, I get to keep one of the cactuses.
OK, and if you don't, then you get to keep me. That's the deal.
Well, we'll always keep you close to our hearts.
Oh, I love that. This is why I love coming in here. Honestly, the love between us two, it's just you've never seen anything like it. It's amazing.
Thank you very much indeed, Gok. Now, Martin and Kyra got through to the final last time, and they won the jackpot. So today's jackpot starts off back at £1,000, which is also terrific. There it is. And if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. OK, now just remember this at all times. It's always the pair with the highest score at the end of each round that gets eliminated. So keep your scores nice and low, and you will go far, my friends. Best of luck to all four pairs. Our first category today is UK geography. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many UK cities with 8 letters or fewer in their name. Gok.
Right then, you gorgeous people. We are looking for the name of any UK city whose name contains 8 letters or fewer as of May 2023. We are accepting any city that appears on the gov.uk website, including Crown dependencies and British overseas territories. Good luck, you beautiful people.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Si, we come straight to you. Si, welcome back to Pointless. It is show 2. Tell us a little bit more about yourself, Si.
Well, I'm a train driver from Dorset, and I met my wife at a station, funny enough, being a train driver. We met passing in the night, as it were, and I couldn't get her face out of my mind. And so I got home, and this is the days before the internet. I put an advert in a publication that was out then, in a Lonely Hearts thing.
Did you say, were you the lady on the platform?
Yes, I described her. I said, were you the lady with the glasses? And I just rubbed her hair and everything else. And a couple of weeks went by, and I got a call. And I doubted that it was her, and it was her. And we met up, had a drink, and, yeah, we've been together ever since.
This is like Brief Encounter in reverse.
I love this. This is my favourite thing I've ever heard in my life.
That's really lovely. I must have a smut in my eye, I think, maybe. Si, what are you going to go for?
I will go for Bath, I think. That's a city, I think.
Bath. Shall we see how many of our 100 said Bath? Bath is absolutely right. Down goes to 26. Not bad at all.
Of course, the very beautiful city of Bath. The first recorded posting of a stamp known as the penny black was sent from Bath in 1840. I wonder who that was to. I wonder if it was a love letter like Si with the advert. That would have been gorgeous, wouldn't it?
There we are. Ben, welcome back. This is your last chance to tell us more about yourself.
Well, I wish I had such an interesting story to tell, but I was going to talk about my sort of interest in green technology, which is something that we've been doing a lot of recently. So this is about making our house as green as possible.
And how are you doing this?
So we started with solar panels. We've now got...
On the roof?
On the roof.
Yep.
We've now got battery storage.
Wow.
We've got 2 electric cars now. We collect all our rainwater for use in the garden, all these sorts of things.
This is very
compost
good.
our own stuff.
And that's superb. And have you got that exciting stage with the solar panels where you're actually putting power back into the grid?
That's right, yes, we do, yes.
That's just
It's all
thrilling.
very exciting, if you like looking at apps.
Very good, and boy, do I. Now, Ben, what are you going to go for? Where are you going to go for?
Well, I'm going to go with a city that's quite close to us, and it's nice and short, Ely.
Ely, says Ben. Should we see how many of our 100 said Ely? Ely, absolutely right. 26 is the only score we have posted, and you pass it. Down to 4 for Ely. Very well done indeed, Ben.
Well done. So, yes, so your local city of Ely is right. Its original name was the District of Eels because the marshland surrounding it was filled with eels. There you go. That's why it's called Ely.
Thank you very much indeed. Matthew, welcome here from Somerset.
From Somerset, yes.
Tell us all about yourself, Matthew.
We live in a small town in Somerset called Watchet with my wife, Georgie, and my 2 children, Amber and Sam.
Watch it.
Watchet, yeah. W-A-T-C-H-E-T.
Great
Watch
name.
it.
There was a video rental store on my road called Watch It.
See, that's good.
Videos. Back in the day when video rental was a thing.
Yes, still. Oh, I like video rentals. I miss them. Matthew, what are you going to go for?
I think I'm going to take a bit of a punt.
Good.
And I'm going to say Bangor.
Bangor. Bangor. Should we see how many of our 100 said Bangor? Bangor is absolutely right. 26 is our high score, 4 is our low. You passed the high score. You passed the low. Look at that. Very well done indeed, Matt. And that scored you 3.
There are actually 2 Bangor cities in the UK, one in Wales and the other one in Northern Ireland. They liked it so much they thought they'd use it twice.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed. Mary, welcome back to Pointless for the 3rd time.
Yeah.
Oh, Mary, everything's got to count. Tell us more about yourself, Mary.
Well, even though I was brought up in the same village I live in now, I was actually born in a castle.
You were born in a castle. Where?
Hazelwood Castle.
Hazelwood Castle.
Yeah.
How come you were born there?
During the war and into the early 50s, it was used as a maternity home. What reason, I don't know.
And you're a duchess. That's it. You probably are. You should look it up.
Well, yeah.
There we are. Wow, that's very exciting. Do you ever go back there?
I've been back once or twice. We contemplated getting married there, but we didn't.
Then they told us how much it would be, and we said
No.
Mary, what are you going to go for?
I shall go for Preston.
Preston. Says Mary. Should we see how many of our 100 said Preston? Preston is absolutely right. Well, 26 remains the high score, 3 now our low score. You passed the high. There we are, 5. Very well done indeed, Mary. Terrific score.
Well done, milady. That's what I'm going to call you from now on, Mary. So Preston, is, of course, is right. The Wild West outlaw Butch Cassidy, which is my other stage name, is said to have had a very strong Lancashire accent. His parents left Preston for Utah in 1856. That was my Lancashire accent, by the way.
Thank you very much indeed. We're halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. 3, Matthew, is the best score of the past. Very well done. Matthew and Mason looking supreme on the back of it. Then 4 is where we find Ben and Kirsty. Then 5 is where we find Mary and Martin. Very tightly bunched there at that end of the field. And then Si and Ali on 26. So, yes, that was a big score, I'm afraid. But Ali, we're in very safe hands with you, I know. So good luck with finding a nice low-scoring answer. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? There we are. Martin, welcome back to Pointless. There must be things we don't know about you.
Books.
Books.
Love books.
Mainly
sci-fi and sword and sorcery I read.
Do you like to browse second-hand bookshops? Is that a thing you love?
Charity shops, best.
Very good. You have to find the bit of thing where they've written it in pencil inside.
Yeah.
Think, what? I'm not getting that for that much. I could have got married in Hazelwood Castle for that. So who's your favourite author?
I have a couple. L.E. Morissette Jr. And Robert Heinlein, one of my favourite sci-fi authors.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good indeed. Now, Martin, we're on these cities. We're looking for cities with 8 or fewer letters in their names, UK or overseas territories. But yes, you're on 5. We're looking at a score of 20 or less to keep you in the game. What are you going to go for?
I'm going to go for Newry
Newry.
in Northern Ireland.
That's excellent. You get a red line, Martin. There it is, coming in now. Let's see where we end up with Newry. Newry's right. Look at that. Through you go. Oh, it's a pointless answer as well. Very well done indeed. How do you like that? That's third show behaviour there. Being a pointless answer, it adds £250 to today's jackpot, taking the total up to £1,250. It scores you nothing and leaves your total at 5 and is terrific. Very well done indeed.
The story goes that St Patrick planted a yew tree in Newry when he camped along a river in the city. The name Newry comes from the Gaelic phrase meaning the yew tree at the head of the strand.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed.
Pleasure.
Now then, Mason, welcome to Pointers. It's terrific to have you here.
Thank
Tell
you very
us
much.
all about yourself, Mason.
Well, I'm going to carry on the books theme and say that for a uni assignment a few years ago, I wrote a children's book. And 3 years on, it's still on my laptop. And I haven't had the guts to do anything with it yet, but one day I hope to.
One day, well, what sort of length of book is it?
So it's like a book for small children with pictures in it and that kind of
Yeah.
thing. And it's a book about disability, introducing small children to the concept of disability in all
This
its
is a brilliant
forms.
idea.
And I was very proud of it, yeah, when I finished it. But
Did you illustrate it as well?
No, there's no pictures. I'm strictly words. I couldn't do any.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Any
OK.
art, but,
Will you be looking for an illustrator then?
Well, I'm open to offers.
I wish I were an illustrator. Otherwise, I would say. But yes, good for you. I think you've got to send it off to someone.
Well, hopefully one day I'll have the courage to do so.
If you win on either of this show or the next 2 shows, then that is the sign that you must. Now, Mason, you're on 3. We're looking for a score of 22 or less from you.
I was going to give it my gut feeling and say Truro.
Truro, says Mason. Shall we see how many of our 100 said Truro? You get a red line, and it's there. How many of our 100 said Truro? It's absolutely right. Gets you into round 2, and down it goes to 5. Very well done indeed. Taking your total up to 8. Well done.
Well done. So, yeah, Truro's correct, Mason. The City of Light showcases handmade lanterns from local artists, schools and community groups in a parade through the streets of Truro.
Lovely. Thank you very much indeed. Kirsty, welcome back. Lovely to have you with us again. Tell us more about yourself.
I'm another train driver.
Another train driver. See, that's just great. I mean, do you drive roughly the same sorts of trains, you and Si? Have you compared notes on
No,
that?
we haven't compared notes on traction, no.
I mean, is there much variety from one train to the next in terms of the controls you use?
The controls are fairly similar, but like,
Yeah.
I've got the two types of train that I drive. I've got different views. So one where you're all wedged to one side, and then I drive
yes.
a more modern one that's got a massive window in
Oh,
the middle, so
and
you
you're
can
in
see
the
out
middle.
a bit better.
Oh, I know which one you prefer. Right in the middle there.
views.
Oh, the views. Have you ever stepped off your train and done something life-changing?
No, but I'm annoyed that Ben took Ely because that's on my route.
Oh, that's really annoying. But what a beautiful... The ship of the Fens, there it is, as you sail past it. So, what are you thinking of going for now that Ely has been wrenched from you?
I'm going to go for Lincoln.
Lincoln, lovely, Lincoln. Here is your red line. Shall we see how many of our 100 people said Lincoln? Lincoln's absolutely right. Down it goes, gets you through. You're in round 2, down it goes to 5. Very well done indeed, takes your total up to 9.
Well done. Now, in October 2023, there was a monster invasion in Lincoln. Inflatable monsters were dotted around the city and illuminated at night for people to go on an evening tour of the city. Isn't that lovely?
That is
a monster tour of Lincoln. Who wouldn't want to do that?
Thank you very much indeed. Ali, welcome back to Pointers. It's lovely to have you here. Now, we need to know the other side of the story. So, had you noticed the train driver?
I did.
And did you notice that he went, oh?
It was the green eyes.
Did you see the advert that he
No,
cited
it was
there?
my work colleague that saw the advert and telephoned me and said, I've seen an advert and I think it's about you.
How descriptive was the advert?
Well,
Did
I was wearing a red suit and red glasses at the time.
Ah, so that was good. Anyway, congratulations. Ali, I'm sorry to tell you, you are the high scorers. What are you going to go for?
All the ones I had have all gone, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to go for York.
York, but what a lovely place to
is
go out
beautiful.
on, as it were. No red line for you as you're the high scorers. How many of our 100 said York? York's right. Down goes York to 24. There we are, taking your total up to a lovely round 50, which is beautiful.
Well done, Ali. So York obviously is correct. Cats are considered to be lucky in York. Cat statues were originally placed on buildings to frighten away rats and mice and also to ward off evil spirits. Isn't that lovely?
That's very lovely.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now, there were only 9 pointless answers. You could have had Armagh, you could have had Douglas, which is the capital of the Isle of Man, or Hamilton, the capital of Bermuda. You could have also had Hereford, Lisburn, and Newry, which Martin said, Salford, St Asaph, Stanley in the Falklands. So well done if you got one of those. Well done.
Thank you very much indeed, Gog. That brings us to the end of our first round. But it's also where we say goodbye to Ali and Si, I'm afraid, because you are our high scorers. But all is not lost. We get to see you again next time. So we'll make that show count. But thank you so much for playing Ali and Si. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Very well done, everybody, in that first round, but a special well done to you, Martin. Fantastic, with our lowest individual answer, with the pointless answer there. And Martin and Mary, our lowest combined scores. In fact, over on the far podium, it was all going terrifically well. But you've all been marvellous. Lovely low scores as far as the eye could see. Best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 today is movie comedy. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? Yeah. And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns Time Out's 100 funniest films of all time. Gok.
A wonderful subject, this one. On the board, we're going to show you 6 pairs of actors that appeared in films featured on the TimeOut.com's list of the 100 funniest films of all time, published in August 2023. We'll also give you the years in which they were released and the initials of the titles. Please tell us the film the fewest of our 100 gorgeous people knew.
Thank you very much indeed. Got to get through this. Here is our first board of 6, and I give you Marilyn Monroe and Tony Curtis, SLIH, 1959. Gene Wilder and Cleveland Little, BS, 1974. Alicia Silverstone and Stacey Dash, C, 1995. Kumail Nanjiani and Zoe Kazan, TBS, 2017. Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal, WHMS, 1989. And Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy, B, 2011. There we are. Kirsty, are you recognising all of those films?
I'm recognising, I think, 4 of them.
That's pretty good.
I think I'm going to go for Alicia Silverstone and Stacey Dash for Clueless.
Clueless, says Kirsty. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. Clueless. Clueless is absolutely right. 20 for Clueless.
Absolutely amazing film. I think one of the best-styled films of all time. It came number 59 on the list, and Alicia Silverstone's character, Cher, wore 60 different costumes in the film, which is absolutely huge. And let me tell you, from the back end of that, there would have been multiples of all of those. Can you imagine the size of that wardrobe truck?
Wow.
Absolutely massive.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed. Mason,
Yes.
what would you like to go for on our board?
I think I know all but one, but the one I'm going to go for is the second one down, Gene Wilder and Cleveland Little. I'm going to go for Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles, says Mason. Very funny film. Let's see how many of our 100 said it. Blazing Saddles. It's absolutely right. 20 is the only score we have. You pass it. Down against the 6. Very well done indeed, Mason.
Well done. So, yeah, really funny film. Number 27 on the list. Apparently, the very famous wind-breaking camp scene was created using soap, water and an armpit. Do you remember doing that as a kid? Do you remember doing that?
As a kid?
Yes.
I remember doing it this morning.
Honestly, you make me so nervous, Andrew. I don't need soap or water. It just happens.
Thank you very much indeed. Yes, Mary, you're the last person to have this board.
Yeah.
Do you feel like filling in all the blanks for us?
Well, I only know 2 on there, and one of them's gone. So I'll have to go for Marilyn Monroe and Tony Curtis, Some Like It Hot.
Some Like It Hot. What a great film. Let's see how many of our 100 said that. Some Like It Hot. Absolutely. Well, 53 for Some Like It Hot. I'm afraid it's just one of those evergreen films that everyone remembers.
Yeah, well done, m'lady. Such a fabulous film. I love this one. So, number 15 on the list, costume designer Ori Kelly won an Oscar for his work on the film. He designed all of Marilyn's outfits, and apparently Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon also insist on being dressed by him as well because they were unhappy with the off-the-rack outfits, which I absolutely
really?
love. Because the designer would have been brought in to say, right, you're dealing with, you know, the most beautiful, most famous actress on the planet right now, and the boys turn around and say, well, if we're going to dress up as women, you're dressing us too. I love that. Right, so what do you reckon?
Well, I can do two of those.
OK, so go ahead, give us it.
Let's go into Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal when Harry met Sally.
Correct, that would have given you 35.
Then we go down to Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy. That's Bridesmaids.
Absolutely, that would have given you 22. And then Kamel Nanjiani and Zoe Kazan is The Big Sick and would have given you 2. I've not seen that.
No, nor have I.
No.
Thank you very much indeed. We're halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 6, very well done indeed, Matthew and Mason, most specifically Mason. 6, terrific. Then we go from there to 20, where we find Kirsty and Ben, and from there up to 53, where we find Martin and Mary. So you're a little bit ahead, but Martin, you get the new board. I think there'll be something lovely and low scoring on that board for you. Let's hope so. Anyway, good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, so we're going to put up 6 more pairs of actors who are listed in Time Out's 100 Funniest Films of All Time. Here they come on our board. Christopher Guest and Harry Shearer, TIST, 1984. Lindsay Lohan and Rachel McAdams, MG, 2004. Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall, CTA, 1988. Caitlin Dever and Beanie Feldstein, B, 2019. John Cleese and Graham Chapman, LOB, 1979. And Robin Williams and Sally Field, MD, 1993. There we are, Martin. Currently our high scorers, Martin, so we're looking for a lovely low score here, if we can find one.
I'm not going to get one. I only know one. Life of Brian, John Cleese and Graham Chapman.
Life of Brian. Should we see? No red line for you, I'm afraid, as you're the high scorers. Should we see how far down the column we get with Life of Brian? Life of Brian is right. That goes down to 37. Takes your total up to a lovely round 90.
Absolutely brilliant. Well done, Martin. So, number 3 on the list, the film was financed by George Harrison of the Beatles, who was a massive Monty Python fan. He set up a production company to make it official and also made an uncredited cameo appearance in the film.
Thank you very much indeed, Gok. Now then, Matthew, you're on 6. We're looking for a score of 83 or less from you.
I think I know all of them bar one, but I'm going to go for Christopher Guest and Harry Shearer. This is Spinal Tap.
This is Spinal Tap, says Matthew. Here is your red line. Let's see if we can get you below that red line with This is Spinal Tap. Absolutely right. Fabulous film. And down it goes to 4. Look at that, taking your total up to a lovely round 10.
Well done, one of our best scorers. So, number 1 on the list, This is Spinal Tap is a mockumentary, but some audience members thought it was a documentary about a real band. After the film was released, the actors released a real album as Spinal Tap. Love that.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed. Now, Ben, you're on 20. 69 or less is what we're looking for from you. Would you like to talk us through that board?
No, I really, really struggle with this board, to be honest. There's only one I recognise, which is Life of Brian. So I'm going to have a bit of a guess. I think it fits. So I'm going to go with Lindsay Lohan and Rachel McAdams' Mean Girls.
Mean Girls, says Ben, with fingers tightly crossed. Anyway, you get a red line, and it is there. Is Mean Girls right? It is right. And it gets you into the head-to-head. Very well done indeed. And down it goes to 32, taking the total up to 52.
Well done. Now, Mean Girls came number 99 on the list. Lindsay Lohan originally auditioned to play Regina and Rachel McAdams auditioned to play Katie. Right, what do you reckon? Can you do it?
Well, now. Well, Mrs. Doubtfire at the bottom.
Yes, absolutely. That would have scored you 46, so the highest scorer on the board.
Oh, I've worked out what the third one down is.
Yeah.
Got it. Oh, thank goodness. Coming to America.
That's right. Coming to America would have given you 26. And then the next one down, if you can get it, will give you the only pointless answer on this round.
Phew, I don't know.
Yeah? OK. Book smart. So that would have given you no points whatsoever.
There we are. Thank you very
Thank
much
you.
indeed, Gog. That brings us to the end of our second round. It means we have to say goodbye to another... Oh, Martin and Mary, this is the parting of ways.
Yes.
It's been so lovely having you on the show. I thought it would go on forever. But I'm afraid it comes to the end, and we have to say goodbye to you. I'm sorry we're not sending you home with a lovely, shiny trophy, but you have been lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Martin and Mary. Brilliant. For our two remaining pairs, though, it is now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Matthew and Mason, Ben and Kirsty. You are now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £1,250. But just before we play the head-to-head, we now have a chance to see if we can find a couple of pointless answers and throw some more money into that jackpot. So here goes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Michelin-starred restaurants as they could, Gok.
That's right. So you're going to see 6 options as of September 2023. 2 are pointless restaurants in the UK that have at least 1 Michelin star and 2 are scoring. The other 2 are not Michelin-starred restaurants at all. 250 smackers in the jackpot for each pointless answer. Good luck.
Thank you very much indeed. Can you find the pointless Michelin-starred restaurants from these 6? And we have The Kitchen, 1926, Gusto's, The Man Behind the Curtain, Bulrush, The Muddlers Club. If anyone knows anything, speak up right now.
Gusto's
It's from
Ratatouille.
Yeah.
And The Kitchen is Tom Kitchen's restaurant. He's a
So could
famous
that
chef,
be
and I don't think that
more
will... I
obvious?
think that'll be the scoring one.
OK, so Matthew and Mason, we're going to come to you.
I was drawn to 1926 for some reason.
Then we shall go for 1926,
I think
please.
you'd be... I think it sounds like a terrific answer. I mean, I have no idea, but that's what I'd be drawn to, too. 1926, is it a pointless Michelin-starred restaurant? Oh, no! Well, there we are. We found the other red herring. So, Ben and Kirsty.
Right. What should
Nah.
we try then?
Well, I think muddlers is something you do with a cocktail, isn't it? Isn't that like a stick you pummel cocktail with? So
I don't know.
I
Shall we
think
do
Bulrush
Bulrush?
sounds, yeah.
Bulrush.
That sort of
Should we see
thing.
if Bulrush is... surely that's a pointless Michelin-starred restaurant. Is it? Bulrush is definitely a Michelin-starred restaurant. Oh, no, one person knew it. Ah, there we are. Got it.
So close. Well, you did say the Muddlers Club, didn't you? You were talking about that. And if you'd said that, you would have been right with a pointless answer. That's in Belfast. And 1926 is not a restaurant. It's the year Michelin stars were first awarded. But the great name for a restaurant. Are you going to name the rest of these, Xander?
Well,
We know that Gusto's is in Ratatouille, the film.
Yes, so
that
there we
one's
are. That's
gone. Let's
our
get
other
rid of that
red
one.
cross.
And then we've got 2
The
more.
Kitchen is going to be the point scorer, I think, as Matthew said.
So The Kitchen is Tom Kitchen's gaff. That's in Leith. That would have given you a pointless answer. And The Man Behind the Curtain is in Leeds, and that would have given you 1. So I wish you'd said that, Matthew.
You let me overrule you, didn't you?
Oh, no.
There we are. Well, never mind. We didn't find any pointless answers, but, oh, I'm suddenly starving. Let's play the head-to-head. Now, the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot, and you are now allowed to confer before you give your answers. Best of luck to both pairs. Here is our first question, and it concerns Booker Prize judges. Go.
Yes. So we're going to show you 5 pictures of people who have all been on the judging panel for the Booker Prize. All we want is for you to tell us the person you think the fewest of our 100 gorgeous people recognised. Really simple.
Thank you very much indeed. So let's reveal our 5 Booker judges, and here they are. A. B. C. D. And E. There we are. 5 Booker panel judges. Matthew and Mason, you're our low scorers, so you get to go first.
Oh, I think we could be yours on this occasion. I think Joan Bakewell. What you think Joan Bakewell is lower? I think that'd be lower. OK, I'll just go with that then. Okay. We're going to go for C and say Joan Bakewell.
C, Joan Bakewell. Say Matthew and Mason. Now, Ben and Kirsty, can you talk us through that board?
Well, we know A is Trevor McDonald, B,
No idea.
no idea, D is David Baddiel, and E is Joanna Lumley. So I think the best answer's probably already gone, but should we go with D, David Baddiel?
Yeah.
You're going to say D, David Baddiel. So we have Joan Bakewell and David Baddiel. Matthew and Mason said Joan Bakewell for C. Let's see how many of our 100 said Joan Bakewell. Joan Bakewell, absolutely right. That goes down to 12. Very well done indeed. Ben and Kirsty, meanwhile, have gone for David Baddiel for D. Let's see how many of our 100 said David Baddiel. David Baddiel, absolutely right. There we are, 45 for David Baddiel. That means Matthew and Mason, well done. After one question, you're up 1-0.
Joan Bakewell was on the judging panel in 1981. David Baddiel was on the judging panel in 2002. Let's have a look at the rest of the board.
Well, it's Trevor McDonald.
Yeah,
A.
54. That's absolutely right. He was on the panel in 1987.
There we are.
Yeah.
E is Joanna Lumley.
He was on the panel in 1985, would have given you 67 points, which means we've got one person left.
And it's this brilliant guy. He's such a good actor. He was in Downton Abbey. He was in
that's right.
Eurovision.
Right, well, he's given you 3 points.
Yes, he's
and
brilliant.
his name is Dan Stevens. On the judging panel in 2012.
Yep, there we go. OK, now here comes your second question. Ben and Kirsty, you've got to win this one to stay in the game. So very, very best of luck. Our second question is all about elephants.
Right, so we're going to show you 5 clues that relate to the word elephant. Please tell us the answer you think the fewest of our 100 gorgeous people knew.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 elephant clues, and here they come. Object the titular elephant packs in the children's song Nelly the Elephant. Les Éléphants is the nickname of this African men's national football team. Author of the series of children's books about the patchwork elephant Elmer. An elephant is often used as the symbol for this US political party. And elephants are native to both Africa and to this continent. There we are. Now, Ben and Kirsty get to answer first.
Africa and Asia. So do you think... I don't know about the books.
No, you choose.
Should we
They're
go
the
for
ones I know.
We're going to go for the elephant is often used as a symbol of this political party, and it's the Republican Party.
The Republican Party. Elephant used as a symbol for them. Now, Matthew and Mason, would you like to talk us through the board?
So the object is a trunk. Do you know the football team?
I feel like I should, but I don't.
I feel like the author is on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of it. Bottom one, the continent.
Asia.
Yes.
I don't think that Trunk or Asia will beat Republican. Can I suggest that we have a stab in the dark at Les Éléphants
Yeah.
and say it is the nickname of Cameroon?
OK, you're going to say Cameroon for Les Éléphants. So we have the Republican Party and we have Cameroon. Ben and Kirsty have gone for the Republican Party. The elephant used the symbol for them. Let's see how many of our 100 said the Republican Party. It's absolutely right. The Republican Party goes down to 22. So essentially, we are wondering if you're right or not. Because if you're right, I think this will beat that. And if you're wrong, obviously you won't. You have gone for Les Éléphants being the nickname of the Cameroon football team. Is that right? Oh, no, bad luck. Bad luck, but a valiant effort there. Well done, Ben and Kirsty. You're back in the game. After 2 questions, it's 1-1.
Well done. And you know, it was so close, Matthew. You were right to go for a bit of a gamble, but unfortunately it's not the answer. The answer, in fact, was Côte d'Ivoire, which would have given you 4 points, which means Ivory Coast. Of course, you got the top one right, which is, of course, is Trunk. That's 43. The bottom one, of course, is Asia. That's 56. Are you going to go for the author, Sander?
I can't remember. I know the books very well.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the author.
Yeah, it's not our best scorer, but close to our best scorer. Would have given you 6. That's David McKee.
Thank you very much indeed, Gok. OK, it all comes down to a third question. Whoever wins this one goes through to the final and plays for that jackpot. Best of luck to both pairs. Here is our third question, and it's all about Mixed music, Gok.
Yeah, so we're going to show you the names of different styles of music from all around the world, but we put the letters in alphabetical order. Please unscramble the letters and give us the music style the fewest of our 100 fabulous people knew.
Thank you very much indeed. So can you unpick these alphabetical anagrams? And we have Ager, Esflmnu, Achimr, Aclopsy, and Abegener. There we are. Matthew and Mason will go first.
I can't quite unscramble the middle two.
No.
I think of the ones that we do know. I think Bhangra might be a good.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We're going to go for the one starting AAB, being Bhangra.
OK, Bhangra at the bottom. Now then, Ben and Kirsty, can you talk us through that board?
We've got reggae at the top, flamenco. Then we think we've got mariachi, and what was the fourth one?
Is it calypso?
Calypso. And then
Saxophone,
Bhangra,
it's not the
yeah.
best one.
So I think
Mariachi.
Bhangra looks pretty low. So we're going to go for, mariachi.
You're going to go mariachi, so you have Bhangra and mariachi. Well, Matthew and Mason went for Bhangra at the bottom. Let's see how many of our 100 said that. Bhangra is right. Down goes Bhangra to 18. Meanwhile, Ben and Kirsty have gone for mariachi for the middle one. Let's see how many of our 100 said mariachi. Mariachi, absolutely right. And it wins it for you. Very well. Down to 2 as well. Mariachi, superbly unpicked there. And that means, Ben and Kirsty, after 3 questions, you are through to the final 2-1.
Well done. Of course, mariachi, the traditional music of Mexico. You did the board perfectly. At the top, we've got reggae. That would have given us 58. Second one down, flamenco. Flamenco would have given you 30. And then one other than the bottom would have given you calypso and would have given you 14. So mariachi is our best scorer. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Gok. That brings us to the end of our head-to-head round. It means the pair leaving us are Matthew and Mason. That also means we get to see you again next time, which is altogether good news.
Yes.
We'll look forward to that. But you've played incredibly well today. Let's hope next time you can take it one step further. But meanwhile, thanks so much, Matthew and Mason. For Ben and Kirsty, though, it's now time for the Pointless Final. Huge congratulations, Ben and Kirsty. You have fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless trophy.
Yes.
You now have a chance to win our Pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £1,250. Well, your timing is just impeccable. On your third show, what's going to finish this just perfectly is you winning this with aplomb. So what would you like to come up?
Train stations.
Motorsport, I would
Motorsport.
like to see.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, massive Harry Potter fan.
OK, well, let's see what today's options are. And here they come. Fleetwood Mac, Antipodean politics, Ted Lasso, the Duke of Wellington. What do we think?
OK.
I don't like to
Interesting
look at any of
selection.
those. I don't know any Fleetwood Mac. I've never watched Ted Lasso.
No,
My
I've not
politics
seen
is awful.
Any preference? Fleetwood Mac?
Anything you think you might know,
OK,
because
let's
I don't know.
take a
much about
punt
anything.
then, and we'll go the Duke of Wellington.
The Duke of Wellington. Well, it's been up there for quite a while, so thank you. Duke of Wellington, Gok.
OK, so we want the name of any battle of the Peninsular War which took place between August 1808 and April 1814, during which the Duke of Wellington was the chief British commander, as listed on the BritishBattles.com website. We are looking for the name of anyone who received an acting credit for the 1970s film Waterloo, according to IMDb. Best of luck to you two, and best of luck for all of you playing along at home.
Thank you very much indeed, Gok. Now, as always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let us put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Do you know any wars?
No.
I think we should just go for actors that are generally in everything, do you think?
Yes,
Like
I
Maggie
think
Smith,
so.
Michael Gambon, anyone that would have been
Yeah,
about at that
in
time,
the
sort of thing.
70s, Yeah.
Can you
I've
think
not
of
seen
any
the
others?
film.
I don't even know the film.
OK.
Any other actors that seem to be in everything?
In the 70s, I'm not entirely sure. So let's go for, like you say, someone who was sort of...
Do you think of anyone? Okay, Maggie Smith, Michael Gambon, Judi Dench.
Let's go for, say, someone like Richard Harris, maybe?
Richard Harris, maybe, yeah?
Yeah. OK. All right.
Yeah, we just got to guess.
OK, you're going to go with those?
Yeah.
Should we stop the clock?
Yeah.
OK, there we are. Let's have your 3 answers.
OK, so we're going to have Richard Harris, Michael Gambon
and Maggie Smith.
These are all for
Waterloo,
the
the
film
film.
Waterloo. So Richard Harris, Michael Gambon and Maggie Smith. Of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
So Richard Harris.
Richard Harris we'll put last. Least likely to be pointless?
Maggie Smith.
Maggie Smith, Michael Gambon we put in the middle. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order, and here they are. We have got Maggie Smith, Michael Gambon and Richard Harris. Well, 3 answers on the board there. I mean, they're all a bit of a shot in the dark. You didn't really know any of these, but one of them could turn out to be pointless, and if one does, you'll be leaving here with £1,250. What would you like to do with that, Ben?
Oh, gadgets, obviously.
Gadgets.
You know, so... But I think we need a new kitchen. So
Yes, we could do with a new
I see a
kitchen.
bit of overlap in the Venn diagram there.
Well, that's
Gadgets,
true.
kitchen.
Yes,
Yeah.
kitchen
Surely.
gadgets.
Yeah.
Kirsty, anything particularly you want to add?
Maybe something for the boy, you know, something for the toddler.
Something for the
Nice
boy.
little gift for him, maybe.
Something for him. That's nice. OK, well, let's hope one of these wins for you. In all 3 cases, we're looking for the cast of the 1970 film Waterloo. Your first answer was Maggie Smith. Should we find out if we're in the right ballpark? Is this right? No, not Maggie Smith. So let's turn to Michael Gambon. Your next answer, might this be right? No, not Michael Gambon either. Richard Harris, though, 1970, very much his heyday. Let's see, might Richard Harris be right? Might he be pointless for £1,250? Oh, no, bad luck. Bad luck. Always really impossible when you're just having to guess like that. But there were 3 really good guesses. I'm afraid none of them turned out to be correct, though, so I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot. But you do, and deservedly, win today's pointless trophy, so very well done indeed for that.
Right, sorry about that, guys. OK, but let's look at some pointless answers, starting with the battles of the Peninsular War. The pointless ones were the Battle of Albuera, the Battle of Corunna, the Battle of Rholesia, or the Battle of Vittoria. OK, and in fact, every battle was pointless apart from the Battle of Salamanca, the Battle of Talavera, the Battle of Toulouse, and the storming of the Badajoz. Moving on to the cast of the 1970s film Waterloo, Dan O'Herlihy, Jack Hawkins, Rupert Davies, or you could have had Virginia McKenna. In fact, the only answers that weren't pointless were Rod Steiger, who played Napoleon, Christopher Plummer, who played Wellington, Ian Ogilvy and Orson Welles, who played Louis XVIII. Sorry about that. Tough, tough round.
Thanks very much, Gok, and thank you, Ben and Kirsty. I'm sorry you didn't win our jackpot today. That will therefore roll over onto the next show, when we will be playing for £2,250. Join us then, see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Between a Gok and a Hard Place. And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.